running over in revenue, our overhead is less, and we couldn't be happier. And then a smart CEO says, okay, cut the crap and tell me what's really going on. Well, we've got some obstacles here that I didn't foresee that are happening. And I've got a couple of employees working for me that I'm dissatisfied with their performance. And our revenue is going to be less, so I'm thinking about having to cut back on overhead. You get. So if there's anybody here that's running a company, companies need to run, especially today, with the leader walking around and taking an interest and sitting down and engaging in an honest fashion with the people that reports to him or her.
Well, that's great insight. One of the issues that I was thinking about as you were talking is, and I've heard this, and I want your input on it, is companies coming out of this crisis are going to be in a different position, many of them, because many will have taken on additional debt, and others, through the stimulus program will have, some pretty large, payback loans and interest rates. And so, for instance, if you're selling a business or you're buying a business, there's going to be maybe a different landscape to look at for these businesses, and one business may be in a stronger or weaker position than another because they took stimulus money. What's your comment on that?
It's a challenging response that I would have without knowing the companies, because part of what I do when I go into coaching the leaders is I know everything there is to know about them personally. For the most part, it's usually okay. Yeah. And about the company before I start to do my work with them. So it's really hard for me to tell you a generalization like that.
Right.
But I can tell you this. Everybody in the world knows that all companies of all sizes, from the very smallest all the way up to the very biggest, are really, really feeling the pressure right now. They're taking on debt. They're losing employees and market share. And everybody's going through it right now. So people on the other end of that, which are banks and debt holders and investors, and there's no surprise to them that these companies are under a lot of duress. The most important thing you want to convey in these circumstances is you're going to get out of it quickly, and you're going to come back in a robust fashion, and you're going to make an impact. And for those that want to focus on what's wrong rather than what's right, tell them just wait and see what I and my staff can do in the next 3 or 4 months, and then you can make a judgment. But right now, I need to get back into business, and if my revenue can come back and I'm managing this properly, then all of the so-called debt, some forgiven and some not, is going to be handled in the next number of months or maybe even years. But the first thing I've got to do is get this company running and generating revenue.
I love it. And what I've always been impressed with about you, Tom, we've had a few discussions, is that you're not lacking for an intense focus. And it seems like when you start working with these companies, you're all in, you're getting in the gutter, you're getting dirty with them, and it's all about execution for you. Is that a fair statement?
It is, Paul. I'm their partner. And if they're getting dirty, I need to get dirty too. Because ultimately, when we set a vision, very important word, vision for the company out 3 or 4 or 5 years, I'm there to get them to that vision more quickly and with greater impact when they arrive than they would be able to do without me. So whatever it takes, I need to get dirty and find out what it's going to take to perform.
Great, Tom. Really enjoyed the discussion. I know we'll be chatting again, a lot to learn from you. So thank you for being on the show, and thank you everybody listening for staying on with us. And we got through the technology here. Zoom's just overloaded, so I think we made it out okay. Thanks, Tom.
Looks like it. You bet. Bye, everybody.